Where are you headed on your journey? Hi, it's Kim from All I Want Is Everything and a New Day, New Vision. Welcome back. We're now at step 4 in our journey together to a happier and healthier life. Together, we'll look at stress and the part it plays in our life. We've looked at and questioned who we're listening to and if it's serving us, and then touched upon becoming the tallest poppy in the field. If you've missed any of the steps or just not ready to move on, please take the time you need. I'll be here with the next step when you're ready. Each of the steps is an important part in defining and then becoming who you choose to be. One thing I love about working on myself and looking at not only my beliefs, but then viewing the way that I'm choosing to live is the realization that each week that passes by, I learn something new, or I'm focusing upon something that can have a positive impact in my life. The week would have passed with or without me working on becoming who I choose. I hope that you realize that it's now 4 weeks later and that you've moved towards something wonderful. Either way, it would have been 4 weeks later. In this step today, we're going to look at your journey, and I'll once again ask you for your awareness and to use this awareness to focus on yet another area of your life. Let's say you're preparing to take a long trip, a journey to somewhere, a new place you've never been before. Imagine you would first decide on a destination, have a map, a direction to head in, decide what you need to take with you. You'll probably think ahead and prepare as best you can, so now you can enjoy the journey and relax. You may not be able to predict everything that will happen, but that you're confident that if you encounter a detour or an unexpected delay, you can easily return to the route you've selected and continue on your way. As you set out, you're excited about your new adventure, and remind yourself to enjoy the journey. Take pleasure in the scenery around you, and take pleasure in the people who are there with you. Do you realize that you've been on a journey at this very moment? The most important journey you'll ever take? Your life. Have you thought about your destination? Where you will end up? Are you enjoying the trip itself and all the beauty each day, the scenery of your life? Or are you in such a rush that it's become all a blur? Are the events of your life just blending one into another in a rush to do, be, or acquire? A life filled with one event after another deprives you of enjoyment each day. Do you believe that you were given this gift of life simply to get through it? I'm too busy today, but I'll make time tomorrow to enjoy myself. But today becomes tomorrow so quickly, and so the circle continues. Let me remind you gently of 2 very important facts. Life is very short and promised to no one, and this is not a dress rehearsal for a life that you dream of living someday. Each day we all move closer, one step closer to the end of our journey. We pay a huge price for living a life with endless, mostly insignificant events that demand your attention and distract you from the beauty of each and every day. You shouldn't need new scenery each day to notice the beauty everywhere. There's beauty at each step in your journey, not just at the destination. Many years ago, when I began looking at what was missing from my life, I realized that, like many others, I was living to just get through the day, hoping that tomorrow would be finally the day I would be happy, the day when I would be able to take time to enjoy my life. But I realized that tomorrow came and went and nothing ever changed. It was always on the agenda for tomorrow. How was I ever going to live a beautiful life? The life that I desperately wanted but eluded me because it was always a day away. I found the answer hidden in the analogy that my life is a journey on which I need to make choices, deciding not to just get caught up in getting somewhere, but enjoy the trip too. What I needed was to create a map to remind myself of the direction I needed to head in, a compass to keep me on course, Of course, I realized that I couldn't define each step of my life. I would need to make corrections as my journey progressed. What I created so many years ago to keep me on course was a map, my personal mission statement, to remind myself every day that I have choices. It's so easy to get lost without a map and a compass. Life can easily lead you off course, and before you know it, you're being swept past things that you should be enjoying. Those beautiful moments that occur every day in each of our lives. We need reminders to stop and enjoy these moments. It's just like getting out of the car and stretching our legs on a long trip. It feels so good and refreshes us. It's so easy to remember the picture moments, but the moments every day that make up the biggest part of our lives are the moments we need to remember. All these moments, even the everyday ones, are pieces that I bring with me. These are things that fuel the light within me and keep my spirit bright. They bring joy and happiness to each of my ordinary days, making my life extraordinary every day. I'm grateful that I chose long ago to create a map and have my compass at the ready. Someday, when I'm nearing the end of my journey, I'll be able to look back with gratitude that I didn't wait for tomorrow, and I learned to make today the priority. I will not have to look back and say, how did I get here, and where did my life go? But instead I'll say, can you believe what a glorious life it was? There's beauty to be found in everything if you remember to look for it. So this week, even if you choose not to create a map for yourself, look for those moments. It might be a family dinner, playing a game with a loved one. It might be a special look that someone gives you, or a kindness. It might be the scenery outside your door, glistening snow or beautiful green grass. Look, no, really look at the face of someone you love. Take them in at a conscious level and then think about how blessed you are to have today, because tomorrow is promised to no one. If you would like some ideas on creating a map for yourself, please visit my website at alliwantiseverythingbook.com, and under this video you'll see a transcript for today's video. If you click it, there'll be some tips for you on creating your own mission statement. Or you can join me for the entire journey to find your everything in my book, All I Want Is Everything, A Guide to Love, Peace, and Happiness. Available at most online stores or at New Day, A New Vision, or All I Want Is Everything book websites, with a portion of the sale from each of those books going to the Global Orphans Project. And as always, we will see you in the next video, where we will continue our journey together. Namaste.